16-bit themes, laying it down. Somebody's gonna get their box opened. Somebody's gonna get their tape split. Somebody's gonna get their box opened. Somebody's gonna get their tape split. Yeah! Open up, give me stuff, open up, give me stuff. Yeah! Shadaloo up in this mug. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition.
10.
Today is episode 10 of the Hall of Pain. And we're just gonna kick this thing right off. It's WrestleMania Day. Let's do this. First item up. Something I've been waiting to get for a very long time. It is from WWE Shop.com. And all I have to say is, this thing, it just made the list, baby! That's right, folks. We have the list of Jericho. $24.99 on WWEshop.com. But I got it at a discount because they were having a sale, so I only paid about maybe 15 bucks for it. So I think that was a pretty good deal. Excuse me, Chris. So here it is, completely set up, and this thing just is, it's so freaking cool. I love it. You get your normal paper right here, and it's all individual sheets, so you don't have to worry about ripping off like 3-ring binder, or I thought it would have had that thing at the top where, you know, it has that thing that like you pull it apart or whatever, but it doesn't have that. It's got the list of Jericho up here. It's got list of Jericho, you know, kind of silhouetted back there or whatever. And lines, that's appreciated. Authentic WWE. Ooh, as if we thought it was a bootleg. And on the back it says, the list of Jericho. Write it down, man.
Hi. Can you give me the list?
Well, while Chris is enjoying his list, we'll set this aside for now. Moving right along with things, we've got 2 boxes here from the Bay of E.
Delightful!
First one is the DC Designer Series, Aunt Lucia, DC Bombshell Poison Ivy. This is one beautiful damn figure. Holy crap, man. I think it was Wrestling Hero Figs that really turned me on to this figure. He and I were talking about it, and I started looking up more and more pictures of her, and I just fell in love with this thing. I sadly have not owned like a 6-inch or 7-inch Poison Ivy figure. I have a statue of her that's pretty bomb, but man, I've always wanted a really kick-ass Poison Ivy figure. Now I've got one. We'll take out this other figure and then we're going to take a look at Poison Ivy. And that's going to be this Indiana Jones figure. The molding and the sculpting on it, the paintwork on it is really impressive. Articulation is lacking. The hands kind of suck because they're meant to hold a bunch of different accessories, and this was sort of before action figures started to include a lot of accessories, like alternate hands and stuff like that. Like, I think this figure was released around 2007, 2008. I'm not 100% certain on that. What I do know of it is that it was sold exclusively at Disneyland, Disney World, like in their park and stuff like that. Might have also been sold at like the Disney stores. Like there's one in Seattle that I've been to, but they obviously didn't have this there. But yeah, for what he is, I actually really do like this figure. The face, it's a decent likeness to Harrison Ford, but it's more or less, it looks more like a generic person playing Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford, like maybe one of the actors at the park that was doing the ride or whatnot. The hat's cool. It doesn't stay on his head. Like, it's really loose and it doesn't really fit right. The hat looks really cool though, so just put some sticky tack like I did underneath it. The bullwhip, it goes into his hand, but it's really loose, so it's like you have to be just careful how you pose it. So he does have the fertility idol from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that thing is just so funny looking. He's got this saber type sword. I'm not too certain like what the name of it is. I'm pretty certain this is what the big guy from Raiders of the Lost Ark had as well. I don't know why Indy came with that. And he also comes with his little journal right here, and I believe this is a flashlight or a, looks like a little flashlight or a pen or something. I thought this was the Grail Diary for a second, but it's not. This is a little book that he was writing down in Raiders of the Lost Ark. He also comes with this really sweet, impressive display stand that I will set up at the end of the video. He's one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, if not my favorite fictional character of all time. Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite movie of all time, so I had to have a good Indiana Jones figure. In fact, I actually might make my own custom figure of him if we never get a new one. Like I'm hoping Storm Collectibles or Mezco or NECA, somebody could make a brand new Indiana Jones figure. It's just so criminal that we don't have a lot of him in this scale. So now looking at Poison Ivy, we're gonna take her out of the package. And here is Poison Ivy out of the packaging, and dudes, this is one beautiful, sexy damn figure. Had to switch over to the iPhone because my camera batteries kept dying. I'm probably going to go back to shooting on the iPhone for a little bit until I get something better. The face on here is just perfect. Oh my god, this is that's just a gorgeous Poison Ivy figure. The paint is spot on. Like, this looks like how, like when Mattel shows off their prototypes for the WWE figures, but then when you get the real things, they don't look as good. Nah, dudes, this looks just as good as the prototype. The flower in her hair, that's a cool touch. I love all the little like vine style tattoos right here and going around her back. God, the detail on this figure is just sick. She's got like a Betty Page getup, and it just looks amazing on her. I love what they did here with like the pelvis crunch. You know, normally there's an ab crunch, and it just does not look good on the female figures, but they decided to go with something a little bit different, and it works. It totally works. I love it. She's also got the diaphragm joint, so she can like, you know, rock back and forth and strike a pose and whatnot. Really cool. The shoulder joints are a little weak. Like when you are posing this figure, don't yank from just the arms. Make sure you got a hand or a finger on the right here on the shoulder joint, because that peg inside of there, especially on her like left arm, it felt really, really weak. And when you get some of these DC figures, their joints are incredibly stiff. So just make sure you're really, really careful with it. I don't want you to break your Poison Ivy figure, and she wouldn't like that as well. Great articulation in the legs. The stockings, they're so cool and neat looking. She's got rotation at like right up there. That's a really nice touch. Didn't have to compromise the sculpting on the legs with the garter and the straps. Just whoever designed this figure, you did an amazing job. The lace on the stockings, damn, that is just a sexy touch. High heels. That's another gripe with the figure that I have is the high heels are just so small. It's really difficult to stand her up and get her into a pose. The legs feel just a little too weak to do that, so I wouldn't recommend standing her up without some sort of flight stand or stand, you know. She does have a peg at the bottom of her foot, so she can go into an action figure stand, so smart move. And Ivy has a number of wonderful accessories. She's got like this piranha plant vine thing here. She's got a number of alternate hands. They all look great. They all have the same joint in there that they can hinge at the wrist. And she also has a flower. Awesome. Now see, there's a movie I would pay top dollar to see. And now for our Toys R Us figure hunting haul. We have got Renee from Mallrats. And we've got these two basic figures right here. So there's Renee. And we got Kevin Owens, the basic with the smirking head sculpt. I've always wanted to get that. And we've got the American Badass Undertaker from WrestleMania 17. It's a pretty interesting looking figure. I like the head sculpt, and we're going to take a look at these guys right now. So first up, we got KO Kevin Owens. Just your standard basic body, nothing to fret about. What I wanted, though, was this smirking expression head sculpt. I really dig it. I honestly think this is the best Kevin Owens head sculpt they've done to date. I like the one on the Elite 47, but I'm a sucker for expressions, especially when they're done right. Next up is the Durster Taker. This is the American Badass Undertaker, and I dig it. I like that his hair is slicked back. Hopefully I can attach a bandana or something to it pretty easily, or make like a custom BurnoutInc hat, and I could just put it on his head. It looks very similar to the basic WrestleMania Heritage Series Undertaker, the WrestleMania 21, and I just really like it. The eyebrows are a little cartoonish the way they're painted, but it's okay. I like the color that they chose for the hair and for his goatee. Not much else to say about the figure because it's a basic. He's got Deadman Inc. written on his pants. So if you have the Elite 18, just a simple swap and you have a WrestleMania 17 Undertaker. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm probably just going to take my WrestleMania 32 Heritage Elite Undertaker and just head swap it. I think that'd look pretty cool. Seriously? Seriously, look at all the damn twist ties on Renee here. You, sir, are a sadist. Okay, aside from the face who bears more of a resemblance to Yoko Ono than Shannon Doherty, I think I just need to go through and repaint the eyes, and then it'll look a little bit better. The hair looks pretty good, though. This is a beautiful damn figure. Oh my goodness, this is like one of my favorite female figures that I own. I'm going to have to add or splice in whoever it is that made this figure. I'm not too certain who the company is that are making these Mallrats figures, but this feels legit, man. This is a good figure. The dress on her is really cute, kind of sexy. She's got on the thigh-high stockings or socks, and then the don't mess with me combat boots. Really cool. The articulation on here is really good. Her head, 360, if you want it to, bobs up and down. She does have waist articulation. Shoulder rotates all the way around, can go up and down like that. She's got the arm swivel, a la sort of the NECA figures. You can kind of hear it doing its thing in there. She's got rotation and a hinge in the wrist. Like, really liking that. The skirt on here is made of a softer material, so she's got a decent amount of articulation, but obviously it's not the full amount because the skirt does hinder it a bit. It's not too bad though. She's got double joints in the knees. Just love the amount of articulation on this figure. Totally badass. Rotates at the boot. Her feet can go backwards and forwards, so it's about the same amount of articulation on a Divas figure, just done a little bit better because she's got the double joints and the hinges in the elbows, which man, that is so badass. And Renee comes with a lot of accessories. She's got these 2 shopping bags that are pretty thick and heavy. Obviously, she's been buying some stuff. She's got drumsticks. Like, that's so cool. These were like a throwaway thing at the very end of the movie, and she comes with them. It's just nice. She's also got a purse. Slip it on. Like so. Fashionista. She's going to make a great addition to the background of Chase Arcade. She's also got a stand, so pretty cool. She also comes with this, which, it's like one of those pictures you're supposed to look at, and you're supposed to see something in it. I mean, I know in the movie they said they could see a sailboat, but what am I looking at? Oh, jeez. And so here we have the Elite 48 Eric Rowan. He's got 2 sheet masks. Obviously, he's got this one that came with his Elite 29 figure. So, not really much difference there. I do like how it's painted, though. And then he's got this new version, which I totally adore. So freaking awesome. Just the detailing on it is really sick. Like, you can see all the cracks and stuff like that in it. Like, I'm pretty certain if you dry brushed it and put in some more color, it would look totally sick. I love that you can see the texturing in the eye holes. That's really cool. This like little added paint to the ear, make it look like it's like rotting or something, or to where it's just a different sheep or lamb or whatever. Pretty cool. Body type, face sculpt, it's exactly the same as his Elite 29. It's kind of disappointing. I wish they could have done something a little bit different with it. I do like this one a lot better because of the added detailing with like this, like the patches and whatnot. On the back, he's got his mask symbol that's torn apart and it says "Fear Me." That's really cool. I just really wish they could have maybe done what they did with like some of the Undertakers, where they kind of like cut the top of it to give it the soft plastic up here, because he still has the problem with the arm joints only going up so far naturally, and then you have to kind of like rotate them out like that. It doesn't look good, but it is nice to see a new Eric Rowan Elite. Next up, we got DZ himself, Dolph Ziggler, and I gotta say, this is probably my first or second favorite Dolph Ziggler Elite. Such a cool figure. I really dig it. Oh man, I've been waiting for a long tights version of Dolph Ziggler for so damn long. This one is just amazing. I'm liking the new face sculpt. The eyebrows are just way over the top and cartoonish, but whatever. The face is pretty damn good. I really like it. The hair, I like what they did here. They went with a more natural like look to it with like these blonde streaks in it I think they look pretty cool. I know a lot of people have said some crude jokes about them and whatnot, but I like it. His vest is it's pretty slick. Like, it's got the DZ crew symbol back here, which I think this is like a play on the Harley Davidson symbol. And this is actually kind of, it looks like a patch or something because it's actually molded on there. It's not just painted. So there is, like, if you were to wipe this out, you could actually see that there is a layer to it. That's pretty neat. The chains look really great. I'm just... How does the vest come off? Is it just these little things right there? Okay, so they got pegs. They got a peg right there. Smart. And then he's got, of course, his DZ Crew Tour symbol right there. He's got zippers on here, which are also molded. Just an amazing amount of detail went into this Dolph Ziggler figure. It's been so long since we've had a standout Dolph Ziggler Elite. Like, to me, his best one was his Elite 19. This one might actually overtake it. I have zero complaints about it right now. He's got the black wrist tape with he's got black wrist tape. Goes on his hands too. The tights are really cool with the red and silver studded spots everywhere. And on the back, he's got the same DZ Crew symbol as the front. And these boots are pretty kick-ass. I'm loving the buckles on them. The black highlighting. Very, very nicely done. Yeah, I'd have to say this is probably my favorite Dolph Ziggler Elite as of right now. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this up. I love absolutely everything I got here in episode 10 of the Hall of Pain. The Dolph Ziggler Elite, absolutely awesome. It's perfect, wouldn't change a thing. Eric Rowan Elite, nice to have an update. Would have added some functions for the articulation and a new face sculpt. The Renee figure, I totally dig it. Love the accessories and love what they did with it. Just needs a better face. I need to repaint that. The basic Kevin Owens and Taker, just going to head swap them onto Elites. Indiana Jones Disney Store exclusive, freaking awesome figure. Of course, it's an older figure, so it's not as good as some of the modern ones, but damn, it's still pretty freaking slick. I did put together that base like I said I would, so it looks pretty slick. It's a nice little diorama piece. And that DC Bombshells Poison Ivy, oh my goodness, it's so damn cool. I feel stupid for even complaining about anything with that figure. I absolutely love it. Sure, the legs could have been a little bit more stable, the joints could have been a little bit stronger, but damn, it's just such a beautiful freaking figure. Absolutely love it. Can't say enough good things about it. Pick it up, guys. I gotta get more of those DC Bombshells because I'm loving the quality in those figures. And of course, the list of Jericho. Hall of Pain, episode 10. Watch it now, man! Alright, guys. This was Chase from Burnout Inc. I'm that guy with the gloves. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. So these I have yet to talk about. These are the new display stands from WWE. I was concerned that they were doing these. I thought it might have taken away some of the accessories or things that they would do for the Elite figures, but so far they haven't. They've just been these neat little add-ons. So what you do with them is you got these two things right here. You just clip them together, like so. Ta-da! Got the network logo there and in there. That's pretty cool. Like, even if you don't want this backer card that just slides in right there, you don't have to have it. But still, this is pretty cool.